Hi, my name is Margaret and welcome to my fourth question and answer session. This one is about the BeSafe iZi Plus. The first question comes from Nicola and she asks, is it safe for a 3-year-old to be in the most reclined position? Now generally in most car seats the rule is the more upright the safer, and as a child gets bigger and heavier they need to be more upright because being too reclined when they're very heavy isn't safe. Now this is the BeSafe's most reclined position and it isn't all that reclined at all. So for a 3-year-old this is absolutely fine. More upright would be like this. And as you rightly say, for a 6-month-old baby their head would flop forward when they're asleep, so that's not comfortable. And also for a bigger child it actually decreases their leg room because you change the angle. So when you sit it more reclined, sorry I can't get my hand in there now because the seatbelt, here we are. It's absolutely fine. It gives an older child a bit more leg room and it gives a nice enough angle to keep the head back when they're asleep, but it isn't over reclined at all, so it's absolutely fine. And the next question comes from Katie and she says, we have this seat, am I correct in saying that it has to make contact with the seat in front behind it? And the answer is yes. So BeSafe say in their instructions, positioned in the back seat of the vehicle, you should, if possible, push the front seat of the vehicle backwards so that it is in contact with the child seat. If it is not possible to obtain contact with the child seat, push the backrest of the front seat of the vehicle forward so that the distance between child seat and backrest of the front seat of the vehicle is minimum 25 centimetres. And if you look at point number 5 on the other page, you'll see that it says exactly the same thing about installation in the front seat, where the back of the iZi Plus has to be in contact with the dashboard, and if that's not possible, you need to have a 25 centimetre gap. Now, realistically, you're never going to get a 25 centimetre gap in most cars, because already the distance from here to the back of the front seat behind this car seat is quite big, and this seat takes up a lot of space, so you're never going to be able to add another 25 centimetres to that. That's huge. So what you do is just install this seat, preferably on the passenger side, because then you don't need to worry about having to move the driver's seat, and once the seat's been installed you just move the seat back until it makes contact. Now the seat's currently in its most reclined position, and what you do have to be careful of is if you make it more upright you'll create a little bit of a gap here, which means you have to then bring the front seat even further back. And if you then want to recline the seat again and you don't remember to move the front seat out of the way, there is a risk that you could damage the foam here at the top of the seat. So it's very important when you want to change from upright to recline, move the front seat forward, recline the seat and then move the front seat back. Now Emily would like to know if the iZi Plus takes up more depth in the car than the iZi Combi and also the iZi Kid, which is essentially the same, and the answer is yes. This one, it's got more leg room and it's got slightly more recline than those two, so it does take up probably about 3 or 4 inches more depth in the car than the other two do. Now this question is from Jennifer, and I'm just going to read it out because it's quite long. So it says, I have this seat and I'm very happy with it, but I'm struggling to get the foot support to contact the floor properly. I have fitted it into the back passenger seat of my Vauxhall Corsa, which is on the car's list, or on the seats list rather, and I've managed to get it to go green, but after taking the little one in and out a few times, the support seems to move and there is insufficient contact. I can't lower the support leg any further, as that would definitely solve it. Any tips would be great. So now what happens is, see here you've got this string of holes, like a whole long line of holes, and in this button here there is a pin that locks into one of those holes, whichever one it can find. So if I just unlock it now and lift it up, then the indicators will have gone grey. So if you press the top of this clip and lower it down until it goes green, in this car, for the want of a better word, it has locked into place. What might sometimes happen when you lower the leg down and make the indicators go green, it won't quite click into place because there's just a little bit more length needed, but the floor is in the way, you can't pull it any further, and then you might lock it into place in the next setting up, which is too wobbly. So I've now got it to go green, but the button hasn't locked yet. So what I'm going to do is stand up, put my foot, which would be in the car's footwell, on the side of the bottom bit of the leg, push down and then just pull the top of the car seat forward towards the back of the car until the leg clicks into place. The next question is from Maria Luisa, and she says, does this car seat have more leg room than other car seats up to 25 kilos? And the answer is sort of yes and no. You can set the foot brace on this one at different settings, so you can make it longer or shorter. So the longer you make it, the more leg room you create for the child. If you don't have a lot of room in the car, you can set it to a shorter setting. Because you can extend the leg brace out quite far in this car seat, it does mean that it takes up to about 10 centimetres more depth in the car than other car seats up to 25 kilos do. And the next question is from Edie, and she asks, how do you adjust the harness to make the straps looser? And that's very simple. It's basically the same on most car seats. You've got this adjuster strap here that comes out of this plastic bit, and inside there is a metal tab, and you put your thumb on that tab and push it in and hold it, and then you can just lengthen the straps. And to tighten them, you don't need to hold that, you just pull the strap to tighten and push the tab and pull them to loosen. And the last question is from Jess, and Jess asks, is the cover easy to remove? And the very simple answer to that is yes. I will do another video at some point where I go into detail about how to remove the cover, but for this video I'm just going to take it off really quickly without too much explanation, just to show how easy it is. Now, I haven't actually done this for quite a while, so bear with me, but in a way that's good because it's your first time too, so you can see what I'm doing and what I'm doing wrong. So what I usually do is undo the harness first, undo the buckle, and then take the headrest all the way up. Back of the headrest here, you've got elastic straps with a little hook. They need to be undone. And then you can take the headrest fabric off, and then there is Velcro up here, and you just peel this away from the corners. Same on this side. You have to be quite careful because all the fabrics on BeSafe car seats are hiding white polystyrene foam, which is a little bit delicate, so you just have to be careful not to break it. So this one comes off here, and that then comes round the side, because here it's all attached. On the other side, it's Velcroed. So that's now all come off, and then we just take off the headrest cover, and that's also got Velcro here at the back. So just take that off, and you can hear Velcro, I can't see it. Oh, here it is, that one. So that's the headrest cover off. Right, and this just comes off this corner here. There's Velcro there. Pass this through the middle, through the straps. That Velcro comes undone, and again you have to peel these corners off quite carefully. Pass the buckle through the hole. The buckle pad is attached to the cover, but the buckle itself stays attached to the seat. And then you have to very carefully peel the fabric off from around this plastic holder. And then under here there are two little hooks on either side of the recline adjustment, and the fabric is hooked onto them, and you just have to unhook it and it's off. And then to finish, you have to just take off the shoulder pads, which undo with 3 poppers and then peel off with Velcro. Right, thank you very much for watching. That was my 4th question and answer session, and I'll be back with another one very soon.